What's up, y'all? I'm back again today with the quick video. I just wanted to expound on something or talk about something particular. And I think it's something that's very important that we understand before we move any further with anything. What I've noticed, what I've come upon is this information. There's a term called cognitive dissonance, okay? This is a term, you could research it on your own. Cognitive, C-O-G-N-I-T-I-V-E, dissonance, D-I-S-S-O-N-A-N-C-E, cognitive dissonance. So basically, if you research this phenomenon, if you will, this state of mind, if you will, what it is you are being presented with two bits of information that are contrary to one another. And now you are placed with the unfamiliar conundrum of deciding which one is correct. Okay? So now this creates a feeling of uncomfortability that many call cognitive dissonance, because you are familiar with one construct or one concept of reality, okay? But then, in the same breath, you now come upon a new bit of information that contradicts your set of beliefs. So now you, as a human being, you have a responsibility and an obligation and a choice to make. What is your choice? Well, your choice is to honestly and earnestly evaluate this new information that you're receiving. Okay? What does that mean? That means that regardless of the information that you've received prior, or how long you've received that information for, how long you've held that information dear to you, regardless of these factors, if you at any point in time in your life are confronted with a new set of information that may contradict those set of beliefs that you hold near and dear, you have an obligation. If you are an intellectual individual that stands for progression, you have an obligation to honestly and earnestly evaluate that. So now, why do I bring up cognitive dissonance? Well, simple. When I look around at the current state of what's going on, nothing in particular, but I'm pretty sure we could all make a laundry list of things that we maybe would like to see done better. I noticed that many people that I speak to for the means of building and communication and progression, many people have a mental block that once you reach a certain point of the conversation, if you strip the conversation down away from what you ate yesterday and what was on TV yesterday, if you strip the conversations down to real vital topics for human discussion and development and constructive thinking that involve constructive thinking, what you'll see is people will get very, very hostile, uncomfortable. They may even make some sort of physical movements just to show their uncomfortability. Why is this? Is it that they truly don't want to learn? No. Maybe that could be the topic, but what I would like to believe is that cognitive dissonance plays a large role in what we consider in our daily life. So if I do not have the confidence and the know-how and the wisdom and the discernment to be able to question my reality, then when something confronts me that questions my reality or would otherwise make me question my reality, I'm going to do things and say things as to not poke the bear, so to speak. I hope you understand what I'm saying. What it is if you don't have the confidence to question your reality, you will always have a mental block. A mental block and a physical block henceforth. You'll have a physical block on what you can and can't do. You will have a physical block, a mental block on what you can and cannot perceive. This is important. If we want to elevate to the next step, we have to open our minds to be able to perceive a new reality. A reality once unfathomable, once considered unachievable. Our minds must act as childs in this regard, in which we look at the world with new and infinite possibilities. I liken this analogy to someone in the dark as opposed to in the light. It's a great analogy for me because if you think about it, take yourself or anyone you know and put them in a room, a very dark room with the blinds off, or should I say the blinds closed, the lights off. This room is so dark that you can't distinguish whether your eyes are open or closed. I'm sure we've all been in a conundrum like that, where it's so dark that you don't even know if your eyes are open or closed. Stay in that room for, say, 6 days. Stay in that room for 6 weeks. Stay in that room for 6 years with nothing but pitch black. Nothing for you to conceptualize or visualize but your own thoughts. Now take this same person and immediately thrust them into a well-lit environment, a very sunny day such as today. What do you think would happen? What would happen is, at the very least, they would feel a large amount of uncomfortability due to the fact that their eyes were only adjusted to the dark. Their eyes had only perceived a certain spectrum of light, or should I say, no light. You understand? Their eyes had only perceived a certain amount. So therefore, when they came upon this light, this new information, regardless of how real and physical and evident it is, they are going to experience signs that may be uncomfortable to them. Now, as human beings, it is our responsibility, I tell you again, my friends, to stand up against emotions of fear and uncomfortability. It is our journey to question and push ourselves to the bounds of reality. So when we are raised in the midst of a darkness, and our bodies and our minds and our souls have only been surrounded by darkness, we have to understand what the light is, meaning the new information that can change us for progression. And we have to allow our bodies, although uncomfortable, to assimilate and to accept this new information, even if you have to go outside and just get a little bit of light at a time. Just get a few seconds of light at a time, because your body can't stand a whole day of light yet. But dip and dabble in the light is what I'm saying. And I hope you understand my analogy here, my friends. Again, I don't want to take too much of your time, but we got to understand this cognitive dissonance and how psychology plays a large role in what we do and what we don't do, and what we can perceive and what we cannot perceive. And if we are human beings, it's our responsibility to push the realms and push the boundaries of our possibilities. God bless you all. And when I say God, I mean the infinite energy and the infinite positive energy that is all around this nation and all around this world. God bless you, my brothers and sisters. Vibrate higher.